Hello, everyone. It's Hyden in the Philippines, and today I'd like to talk about my future plans and plans that involve my girlfriend Gladys. Now, lots of videos out there about scamming. How your Filipino is going to scam you, or a Filipino. It's always how people are going to have you part with your money and leave you penniless. I mean, there's countless videos, the red flag videos, beware this, beware that. This is another cautionary tale where in the end they leave you destitute and penniless. Well, that's going to get views. I mean, it does because I've watched those videos because I've worked hard all my life and it took me a long time to get what little bit of money I do have. And I'm like Smog. I'm trying to protect my hoard. I want to keep my money as long as possible and part with it when I see fit. For good reason, not because somebody's got their hands stuck out. Now, like I said, I've watched all those videos, and I was on the lookout, and I was wary. Like they're going to get me. Because that's the story being pushed and sold out there that every Filipino is out to get your money. Well, that's just not been my experience, man. I've not experienced that. Gladys's family, they're all blue collar. They all work for a living. Everybody gets up in the morning and they're at work by 6 or 7, and they're not going to show up till like 6 or 7 in the evening. These people are working 10, 12-hour days. You know, uh, I'm not part of their budget planning. I'm just not. I've showed up in their lives, but they're not counting on me to help them out financially. And I'm talking about no one in their family. I've never once had an awkward conversation about money with anybody in their family. These people are all going to work, like I said, every day. They get up early in the morning, they work till late at night. And, they've got the same blue collar problems that I have. They're trying to feed themselves, they're trying to shelter themselves. They want to pay their bills. In the end, they want to look back on their life and say, I did all this with my own two hands. Now, it's just presumptive and arrogant on our part to think that every Filipino out there isn't trying to get their own stuff on their own. You know, like I said, I've never experienced, their family has never once. And I've been around, I've been in social settings where but nobody, because I'm pretty sure, think about it yourself from your own point of view. Have you ever had to ask somebody for money? Have you ever worked your ass off and then still couldn't pay your fucking bills? Huh? And then you had to ask a family member for money? Man, nobody wants to do that. Nobody. You know, it, it, it dings a little bit of your pride inside that that you weren't able to handle yourself and provide for your family. And to go to another man and ask that man for some money, that hurts, bro. I don't give a fuck who you are or what part of the planet you're on. Asking another man to help you provide for your family, it, it nobody wants to do it. No man out there really wants to do that. No real honest hardworking man wants to do that. Now, I say all that to say all this. I have a friend. His name is Jay, and he's a smart dude. I mean, well educated, but beyond that, I mean, street smart. And you should surround yourself with people that are just a little bit smarter than you are. Because if not, you're going to become narrow minded. And you need some outside influences to show you what the possibilities are that you didn't come up with on your own. Because, yeah, sure, you might be smart, you come up with a few ideas on your own, but there's people out there that have been there before you and have done that and have ideas that are better than yours. And how are you going to understand or be exposed to that if you don't surround yourself with people that are smarter than you? Yeah, you have to admit to the fact that you're not the smartest guy in the room. But every time I'm the smartest guy in the room, it makes me nervous because I know I'm not that smart. Now, I say this about my friend Jay because he is smart. Before he left the country, he set his girlfriend up in a business. Now, I know some of you are going, oh, shit, a business. Well, okay, not every business is going to work. Now, if you go to the Philippines, there's a sorry store everywhere. You can't swing a dead cat. I mean, there'll be a sorry store next to a sorry store next to a sorry store. they're all competing for the same pesos. I don't get it, but it happens all the time. Now, what Jay did for his girl is at her sister's house, they had a structure out back, empty structure, nothing happening in it. So what he did was he purchased enough material and stuff to provide for 100 laying chickens. They lay 100 eggs every day. Now that's 100 eggs. That brings in about roughly $20 a day. Now, if you can do the math on that, 20 times 30, that's $600. Now, an average Filipino blue-collar guy is making anywhere from $200 to $300 a month. Okay, and that's considered good money. 100% of good blue-collar middle-class jobs, $200 to $300 American dollars a month, and they're happy to get it. They're going to brag about how much money they're making. Now, you've just doubled that income. Let's say now they're bringing in 600. Let's say 100 less for the feed. That's $500 a month. That's like well, you understand. You can understand the math there. They've just increased their bottom line substantially. Okay. I'm going to do that for Gladys and her family. Okay. My initial investment is going to be around $1,200. That builds the structure, the cages, and the 100 laying chickens that show up and start laying the day that they get there. Okay. Now, I had to talk her family into this. Gladys was on board right away because she saw, how well that Jay's girlfriend's business is doing. They sell out every day, okay? And where Gladys lives at, nobody's selling eggs. They have to go down to Naga or Uling or the other little town up the way to buy eggs. And eggs are kind of expensive. But eggs are also an alternative to meat. If you're poor and you can't afford pork or fish, you can afford a few eggs, maybe. I think they get like 6 pesos a piece for an egg. I know a flat of eggs goes from 240 to 280. Okay, that's a substantial amount of money that will be coming into the house. Now, the way I'm structuring it is we're going to do the first 100 with the ability to expand to the second 100. Like I said, I've invested. I'm going to invest about 1,200. They just broke ground last week and started digging the holes for the structure, and they're going to start pouring concrete, I believe, next week or the week after that. It's going to be 14 by, I think, 50. I'm not positive on that, but her father's a carpenter, so he's going to build the whole damn thing himself. So there's money saved there. Now, the reason I'm doing all this is because you hear everybody talking about how that the family's going to try and get your money. Well, what about the fact that you're taking money from the family? What do you mean I'm taking? Yes, I'm going to take Gladys from her home. At some point, she's going to be with me full time. She's not going to live at her home. She's going to be with me. Now, Gladys brings money into the house. Okay, that money, that's money that's expected, and the family counts on that money. I don't know how much of her money that she provides to the family to perpetuate the family so everybody can eat and live and conduct themselves the way that they do. I don't know, but I know once I take Gladys out of the house that that there's going to be a vacuum there, and that money's going to be missed. Well, I'm trying to provide her family with the opportunity to take care of themselves, and they'll be able to take care of themselves. After 100, maybe 200 chickens, geez, they're going to be doing just fine. By the time I return to the Philippines, that business should be up and running, and I'm hoping it will change the dynamic of the family. They're not doing bad now. That they live in a cinder block home, that's middle class. If you're lower class, you're living in a bamboo home. That's just the way things are. That's the hierarchy of things. So it's a proper good middle class family. But just like any middle class family, there's shit that needs to be fixed. There's stuff that needs to be bought. Stuff that you can see. I mean, I live in a home. There's stuff in my home that needs to be fixed. But I need the money to do that. So that how do I do that? Is by working. Okay, well, they're going to have a working chicken farm at their house, and now they're going to be able to start slowly fixing what little things. I don't know what they need fixed. It's not my home. I don't know what the family's needs are. They don't discuss that with me because once again, I am not part of their budget planning. They've been taking care of themselves for a long time without me, and they're going to continue to do so. Okay, so it's just arrogance on my part to think that I'm some white shining knight going to come in and save the Filipino family. They don't need saved by me. They can save them freaking selves. I'm just going to give them a level up, an opportunity to make a little more money than they're making now. Okay? Okay. I don't know why it sounds like I'm trying to sell you something, because I'm not. Because I can already, I've seen videos on people, starting businesses for their people and it failing. Okay, well, if it does fail, let's just say it does fail, I'm out $1,200, man. Okay, and I'm okay with that because I believe in her family. I believe in her dad. Her dad's such a hard working dude. I watch him. I watch him work hard all day, every day. Every time I'm there, her dad. If you got to look for that guy, you got to look for him somewhere on the property because he's busy doing something. He doesn't have idle hands. Those hands are calloused, man. And he's got big knuckles. And you get those big. That's arthritis and from working hard, and that there's no moss on that man. So I have no fear in my investment. Okay, that's really all I've got to say about this. I will, in the very near future, produce some pictures and some videos of the structure and when the chickens show up. And I'm hoping for the best. Okay, I know I've been sort of long-winded today. Thank you for sticking with me, and I hope you watch to the end. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. This has been Hiding in the Philippines. Be as good as you can. Ciao.